Hey guys, Matt here to talk about Pong, the greatest video game ever made by humankind. Pong, of course, is very primitive by today's standards, but it was one of the first majorly popular games to be developed, and it helped launch the video game industry as we know it today. So, let's take a look. So what is Pong? Well, for those of you that don't know, it was originally an arcade cabinet released by Atari in 1972. There's a picture of it right there. Now, this game helped launch the video game industry because of how popular it was, both in the arcades and when it was later ported to home systems. And it was designed by Alan Alcorn at Atari. The gameplay, I'm sure you've all seen, it's very simple. Two rectangles going up and down, trying to block the small pixelated ball from getting past them. The ball, of course, speeds up as the game goes on. Now, it was developed by Atari Incorporated, which was founded by Nolan Bushnell and Ted Dabney in 1972. Now, it was originally formed as Zizgi Engineering. Yeah, tried like 5 different ways to pronounce that. But it was never incorporated until they changed the name to Atari. They released Pong and then later released the Atari 2600, launching the video game industry. They shut down in 1984 after helping cause the video game crash of 1983, ironically enough. There was a little bit of controversy over the development of Atari. Nolan Bushnell admitted in a 2011 interview with Game Informer that Pong was influenced heavily by an earlier tennis game he played on a PDP-1, which was a computer where they were developing games not really to sell, but just to see what their computer was capable of. Alcorn, however, tells a little bit of a different story. He claims that Nolan Bushnell saw the Magnavox Odyssey, which was the first home console ever made, saw their tennis game, thought it was terrible, and said Alcorn should create a better version of it. Pong got extremely popular in its heyday, and, engineers were already developing video games earlier, like I said, just for the sake of doing it, but none got huge popular like Pong did because they weren't really released to a large market. Bushnell actually believes that Pong made more money than any coin-operated machine at the time, which is actually very believable. It was the first game that really garnered such widespread popularity, and it really helped commercialize the video game industry. So the legacy of Pong, well, all games owe something to Pong. It spawned the creative nature of it, the competitive nature of video games, and it helped spawn just the video game industry as a whole, especially how commercialized it is now. So it's simplistic by today's standard, but still incredibly important.